My name is Tessa, and every month I transfer $3,000 into my mother's bank account. She never asks for it. I never mention it. The money covers her mortgage, utilities, groceries, and medical expenses. She lives comfortably because of the career she spent 20 years calling unrealistic. I'm a working artist. The thing she said would never pay bills now pays hers. The irony isn't lost on either of us, but we don't talk about it. The monthly deposits say everything that needs saying. I grew up in a practical household. My mother, Linda, worked as a nurse, long shifts, steady paycheck, predictable benefits. She valued security above everything because she had experienced the opposite. My father left when I was 6. No child support, no contact. She raised me alone through sheer determination and careful budgeting. Every dollar had a purpose. Waste was unacceptable. Risk was dangerous. She taught me those lessons constantly. I started drawing at 8 years old. Sketch pads filled with characters and landscapes. My elementary school teachers called it talent. My mother called it a nice hobby. She bought me art supplies for birthdays and encouraged my interest the way you encourage any childhood activity. But as I got older and my passion intensified, her encouragement became concern. By high school, art was the only thing I cared about. That worried her deeply. The real conflict started junior year when I told her I wanted to attend art school. She looked at me like I had suggested jumping off a bridge. She said art school was expensive and impractical. Artists struggled. They worked multiple jobs and barely survived. She had sacrificed too much to watch me choose poverty. I needed to study something useful. Nursing, teaching, business, something that guaranteed employment. Art could stay a hobby. I told her art wasn't a hobby for me. It was my future. She said dreams don't pay bills. Reality does. Choose accordingly. We fought about it for months. She refused to support art school financially or emotionally. She said if I made that choice, I made it alone. No help with tuition, no safety net if I failed. She meant it as deterrent. It felt like abandonment. But I was 18 and stubborn. I applied to art programs anyway. Got accepted with partial scholarship, covered the rest with student loans and part-time work. Moved into a dorm and started my degree. My mother attended exactly 0 parent events. She was making a point. So was I. Art school was harder than expected. The technical skill required, the criticism, the competition. But I loved every minute. I studied illustration and graphic design, built a portfolio, graduated with honors and $60,000 in debt. My mother attended graduation but left immediately after. No celebration dinner, no congratulations beyond a brief hug. She asked what my plan was now. I said I was freelancing and building a client base. She said I should have studied nursing. Then she drove home. That was the last time we discussed my career for years. Freelancing was brutal initially. Inconsistent income, cheap clients, endless revisions. I worked from a studio apartment that barely fit a desk and bed. Ate rice and beans. Defaulted on loan payments twice. My mother was right about the struggle. But she was wrong about my capacity to endure it. I kept creating, kept marketing myself, kept improving. Slowly, better clients appeared. Design agencies, publishing houses, corporate branding projects. My rates increased. My reputation grew. By year 3, I was earning enough to live modestly without panic. Year 4 brought a turning point. A children's book I illustrated became a bestseller. The publisher requested 3 more books. Suddenly, I had steady income and industry credibility. My work appeared in bookstores nationally. Parents tagged me on social media showing their kids reading my illustrations. That validation was intoxicating, not because it proved my mother wrong, because it proved I was right about myself. Have you ever succeeded at something your family said was impossible? Tell me in the comments. I started getting invited to speak at schools and conferences. My social media following grew. Brands reached out for collaborations. I hired an agent who negotiated better contracts. Revenue jumped from $50,000 annually to $150,000. I paid off my student loans, moved into a real apartment, started saving money. The career my mother called financially impossible was becoming genuinely lucrative. But I still didn't tell her. We talked monthly, surface conversations about weather and health, never about my work. She never asked. I never offered. Year 6 changed everything. A major animation studio hired me as lead character designer for a new series. The contract was 2 years at $300,000 annually, plus royalties if the show succeeded. I signed immediately. The show premiered 8 months later and became a cultural phenomenon. My character designs were everywhere. Toys, clothing, theme park attractions. Royalty checks arrived quarterly, 6 figures each time. By year 7, my annual income exceeded $1 million. I was 32 years old and financially secure beyond anything I imagined. The unrealistic dream had become an undeniable career. Around that time, my mother called with news she tried to make sound casual. She was having financial trouble, medical bills from a health scare, reduced hours at the hospital. Her mortgage was becoming difficult. She wasn't asking for help exactly, just explaining why she might need to sell the house she had worked 3 decades to keep.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on bell notification to stay updated for more revenge stories.
I listened quietly. Then I asked for her bank account information. She asked why. I said I wanted to help. She started to protest. I interrupted gently. I told her I could afford it. She asked what I meant. I explained briefly, the books, the show, the income. She went silent. Then she cried. Not grateful tears exactly. Something more complicated. Pride mixed with regret maybe. Recognition that she had been wrong about everything. I started transferring money monthly, enough to cover all her expenses comfortably. She tried to refuse initially, said she couldn't accept money from her daughter. I said she could and would. She had supported me for 18 years. I could support her now. She argued it was different. Parents were supposed to help children, not the other way around. I said maybe, but children who succeed get to help their parents. That's how it works. She finally accepted, but the acceptance came with silence. We never discussed the transfers directly. She never thanked me explicitly. The money just appeared. Her bills just got paid. We both understood what it meant. Our relationship shifted after that. Not dramatically, but noticeably. She started asking about my work. Actual questions. What projects was I working on? How was the show performing? She bought books I illustrated and kept them displayed prominently. She mentioned me to her friends. My daughter, the artist. My daughter who works in animation. Pride she had never expressed before. It would have been nice to hear 20 years earlier, but late pride beats permanent dismissal. Last year, she needed a new car. Her old one died suddenly. She called me stressed about how to afford it. I sent her $30,000 the next day, told her to buy something reliable and safe. She tried to refuse. I insisted. She bought a sensible sedan and sent me a photo. She looked happy, genuinely happy. I realized I had never seen her without financial stress. For the first time in her adult life, money wasn't a constant worry, because her daughter's unrealistic dream was paying for everything. We had lunch recently, rare occurrence since I travel frequently for work. She asked about my career in detail. I explained current projects, book contracts, licensing deals, speaking engagements. She listened carefully. Then she said something unexpected. She said she was wrong. About art school, about my choices, about everything. She had been scared and projected that fear onto me. She wanted me safe, but safe isn't always right. She was sorry for not supporting my dream, for making me feel like I had to choose between her approval and my passion. The apology was 20 years late, but it was sincere. I told her I understood. She was protecting me the only way she knew how. Single mothers don't have the luxury of encouraging risky dreams. They need their children to survive. Art felt like a threat to survival. She was wrong, but her fear was valid. She nodded. Said that was generous of me. Then she said she was proud, not just of my success, of my persistence, of my refusal to listen to her doubts. She said I was stronger than she ever was. That admission meant more than any childhood encouragement would have. My career continues growing. I just signed a deal for my own production company, creating original animated content. The deal was 8 figures. I bought a house, invested wisely, built wealth that provides complete freedom. And every month, I still transfer $3,000 to my mother. She doesn't need it anymore technically. I earn enough that I could give her much more. But the amount isn't the point, the consistency is. Every month, the dream pays her bills. The unrealistic career supports her life. That's not revenge exactly. It's proof. Gentle, undeniable, permanent. She tells people now about my work, shows them my books, plays episodes of the show. She's become my unofficial publicist. It's sweet, also ironic. The person who spent years dismissing my career now celebrates it proudly. I don't hold that contradiction against her. People change when presented with evidence they were wrong. My success was that evidence. Overwhelming and impossible to deny. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if I had listened to her. If I studied nursing, got a stable job, lived the safe life she wanted for me, I would have been miserable. But I would have had her approval from the start. That trade-off never made sense to me. I needed to prove something to myself more than I needed her validation. Turns out I got both eventually. Just took 20 years. The monthly transfers continue. $3,000 every month. My accountant handles it automatically now. My mother lives comfortably, securely, without the financial stress that defined her entire adult life. Her daughter, the artist, made that possible. The daughter whose dreams she called worthless now provides her peace. That irony is beautiful, not cruel, not bitter, just poetic. Dreams do pay bills. Sometimes they pay everyone's bills. You just have to refuse to let other people's fear become your ceiling. I forgave my mother years ago. Not dramatically, just quietly. She did her best with limited resources and overwhelming responsibility. She was wrong about my career, but she was right about working hard and never giving up. I just applied those lessons to art instead of nursing. In the end, we both got what we needed. She got security. I got validation. And every month, my unrealistic dream deposits proof into her account. Love, irony, and poetic justice combined. The best kind of revenge is the kind that takes care of people. Even the ones who doubted you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to watch more revenge and inspiring stories that will make you excited like this one. Where are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments and let us know what you think about this story.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on bell notification to stay updated for more revenge stories.